Everyone, welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how to integrate SwiftData with a Flutter macOS application. Now in case if you don't know what SwiftData is, it is basically a replacement for core data. Something like SQLite used to store large amount of data and the data is persisted even after your app is closed. So let's see how to do this. So first of all, I'll show you the output. Here I am asking the user for some task name. I have one read and create button as well. I'll enter some task name, suppose hi. I'll click on create. So it is automatically read. You don't need to press on the red button, but I have just created in case if you just want to see how to call the read functionality as well, but you don't really require this particular read functionality. Then suppose I'll add one more task, hello. I'll click on create. Now if I want to delete it, I have one delete button, so I'm displaying this all list of tasks inside a list view dot builder. If I want to delete it, each task has a delete button. If I click on it, here you can see the task was deleted. And if you click on this particular task name, the task name gets updated to bye bye. I have hard coded that particular task name, but if you want, you can display a text field as well to ask the user what he or she wants to update the task name with. So if I click on this, here you can see it gets updated. If I click on delete, it gets deleted. If I click on create, I have created hello. Okay, I'll close my application. I'll rerun it just to show you that the data was persisted as well. Okay, this should start anytime. So here now it should start our application. So firstly, I have created my homepage widget and I have refactored it a little bit. So it is a stateful widget which I have created. I have created one method channel. Okay, so our app has reloaded and here you can see hello has been printed. So yeah, that's the output. So let's see how to do this. So firstly, I have created a method channel because we will be writing native code inside Flutter macOS, and then we'll have the name as SwiftData platform. You can name it whatever you want, but make sure you use the same name on the Flutter macOS side as well. Then I have created one variable called data. I don't think I'm using this particular variable. Yeah, we don't really require it, sorry, my mistake. Then I have created a text editing controller for our text field. I have created a list which will help us to store list of all the task name which we have added, and one event channel as well, so that every time you create, update or delete any type of task, we get that data in a form of stream, so that we can easily catch it and display it. So yeah, that's why I've created this event channel. Then I have created the stream subscription, and inside init state I'm initializing our subscription, and inside this particular event you will get list of all the tasks which we have. Now the list of tasks are stored in form of array on native macOS side. Actually they are stored in SwiftData, but from SwiftData we are storing it in form of array on native macOS side. Now we can't, so the array is a complex object. It also has primary key id, and it also has one time property which I have given along with the task name. But while sending it from macOS side to Flutter side, I am only sending the task name, but even that is a list of string, so we can't directly pass a list of string from a native macOS side to Flutter side. So I'm converting it in form of string, provided that they are comma separated. So that's why if the event is equal to empty, so this event will contain list of all the task name in form of string comma separated. If it is empty, that means there is no task. All tasks have been either deleted or never been created. So I'm again assigning our list to empty. In case there is some task, then I'm splitting by comma and converting it back to a list of string. In case of error, we are just logging it to the console. So if you want to read it, we have to invoke a method called read, which I have created it on native macOS side. Similarly, for creating it, we call create method and we pass this particular data. So this key you will have to use it on macOS side as well, and inside that we are passing whatever you have typed inside our text field. and in dispose we are disposing our controller. I think we also need to close our stream, I guess. Let's see, controller dot cancel. Yeah, we have to cancel it. So you can write something like this. And inside our build method I have taken one text field, one text button to read it, one text button to create a task, which calls the create method, and read calls the read method. And here I have taken a list view dot builder, shrink wrap is true. If the list is empty, then I'm just displaying a size box, otherwise I'm displaying a list tile. And here you can see I have on button on that particular text click, on this particular text click, we are calling the update method. We are passing that particular index which the user has clicked on, and here I have hard coded the data to by him, but you can do whatever you feel like. And here in subtitle I have created another inkwell button called delete, and here we are calling the delete method. We are just passing the index, and inside item count we are passing list dot length. Now you will have to open the macOS XE workspace inside Xcode. I have already opened that. The first thing, okay, ignore this, this is like part of my previous debugging, this is not really an issue. So first you require macOS Sonoma, at least, because SwiftData is supported from macOS Sonoma, so you will also have to update your deployment target to macOS 14, otherwise you will get errors. The first thing which I have done is that I have created this Swift file called to do model. So this will actually make a table for us in SwiftData. So it contains an ID which is kind of like a primary key. So this is the task name which we are sending it from Flutter side, and there is this time variable as well, but I am pre-populating it in case the time has not been specified. So here we are just initializing it, the ID, task name and time, but if you want you can add more variables as well to this. Then I have created this class called database service, imported SwiftData. So this is a singleton, as you can see over here. Then we require model container and model context. So inside init we first create our schema. So if you have more tables like this, currently I have only one table, but if you have creating more Swift file, you can just pass your to do schema. Apart from to do model dot self, you can pass more of your tables over here, like I don't know, task model dot self or reminders dot self, something like that, given that this is an array. Then here we are creating our model configuration by passing our schema, stored in memory is false. Then we are creating our model container by passing our schema and model configuration, and here we are creating our container. If our container is not null, then we are creating our context. And here I have created one method called save task. So here if the task name is not empty, then we generate a to do model. So here I am generating a UUID, passing our task name which we will get from Flutter side, and for time, as you can see, I am just passing some time, current time, and we are just calling insert method of our context, which will insert that particular task inside our SwiftData table. For fetch task we use fetch descriptor, pass our to do model, sort by, this is our sort descriptor, passing our to do model and passing that particular time. And here we just call context.fetch, passing our descriptor, and on completion we pass our data, and in case if there is data, otherwise in case there is error we pass our error. For update task we just get that particular task, and then we just do updated task name, pass our new task name. We don't have to save it or update it again, this will automatically update it. And for deleting the task we just have to get that particular task and then call context.delete. Then inside main Flutter window again I have created this event sync, because we want to stream the data every time there is any operation for reading. And here I have created our database service. Here I have created an array of to do model. Here I have created a Flutter result, and the network event channel name is the same which we have defined it on the Flutter side. Then here we are creating our Flutter event channel. Here I have created our Flutter method channel, and here inside for Flutter method channel, if the user has called create, then we are first getting the data which the user has passed inside this data key. Then we just pass that data to our service.saveTask method and we fetch our data again. I'll come back to that fetch data method later. Similarly for delete, you just need to pass the index. So once we get the index, we just pass, we get the with the help of the index we get that particular task, pass that task to our delete task method. Similarly for reading, we just call fetch data, and for updating, again we get that data as well as the index key, and then we just call self dot service dot update task, pass get our particular task from that item index, and for new task name we just pass our data, and then we call self dot fetch data. So every time update, create or delete is done, we are calling fetch data. Now if you see our fetch data, we are first removing everything which is present inside our task, then we are calling service dot fetch task, and if there is error, we are printing that error out. If there is data, we assign it to our task variable. Then if event sync is not empty, we just get the task name over here, we join it by comma. So here you can see it gets converted to string, and we just send that string back to Flutter side. Also, given that we are extending Flutter stream handler over here, we have to override two methods, on listen and on cancel. So inside on listen, we initialize our event sync and call fetch data, so that as soon as the app is launched and once our event sync is initialized, we can immediately get whatever is present inside our database. And inside on cancel, we just make event sync equal to nil. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.